Hello, you beautiful, beautiful people. Welcome back to Forza Horizon 4. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're well. It's finally spring in Forza Horizon 4, the final season for Series 33, bringing with it a brand new festival playlist and this week's rather tricky Forza challenges proceed at a high velocity, which we will be completing today for those all-important 200 Forza points and the much-needed percentage towards the festival playlist. So if you are new around here, definitely consider subscribing. Let's go complete this week's Forzathon challenges. Now, this wouldn't be a weekly Forzathon challenge video if I didn't tell you about Lake Lodge. Most of the player houses in Forza Horizon 4 carry perks. Lake Lodge in particular will double all Forzathon points for all Forzathon activities. Daily Forzathon challenges, weekly Forzathon challenges, and Forzathon lives every hour on the hour. Now, this house can be quite expensive at 5 million credits, or it is free with the VIP pass. Buyer beware though, it is rumoured that this house is haunted by a P50. Now, for this week's Forzathon challenges proceed at a high velocity. We're going to be using Super GTs. There are plenty of cars to use from, but for chapters 1, 2, and 3, I'm going to be using the 2015 Mercedes-AMG GT R running 801 horsepower, four-wheel drive, and can be picked up in the auto show for 157,000 credits. For Chapter 4 alone, I've created 4 tunes, one for the Ferrari 812 Superfast, the Mercedes-AMG GT R pre-order car, the Mercedes-AMG GT R, and the Ferrari 509 GTO. The Ferrari 509 GTO and the Mercedes-Benz AMG GT R are the only 2 cars available at the auto show. Now, the 812 Superfast and the Mercedes GT R pre-order car are 2 extremely rare cars. The 812 Superfast can be unlocked through progression in StarCard, and the Mercedes AMG GT R pre-order car is just going to be luck whether you have this car or not. That's why I've included 4 different tunes. If you'd like to use any of the tunes for any of these cars shown in today's video, just search for gamertag Skippy4631 or the file name Skippy YouTube. Share codes for all tunes are in description below. Now, we will be taking a look at the Forzathon shop, the Horizon backstage vote, and the Super 7 reward at the end of the video. But first, let's get this week's Forzathon challenges proceed at a high velocity completed. Chapter 1, slaps roof of car. Own and drive any Super GT. Like I said, I'm using the AMG GTS for the first 3 chapters. So for own and drive, hop outside your festival, house, or castle, drive 2 seconds down the road, and slaps roof of car completed. So with Chapter 1, slaps roof of car completed, owning and driving any Super GT, it's on to Chapter 2, parade lap. Jostle your way to the front of the pack and earn 10 pass skills with your Super GT. Now, this chapter has to be completed within a race. We need 10 pass skills. I'm using the road racing series. You can use any racing series that you like, whichever one you find easier. And we're going to head on up to Edinburgh for the Prince's Street Garden Circuit, where I have created a blueprint called Easy Pass Skill, 0.3 miles in length, locked to Super GTs. If you'd like to use this blueprint, just search my gamertag Skippy4631 or use the share code 706341078. Now, normally races for the weekly Forzathon challenges, driver type difficulty does not matter, but for best results with this blueprint, keep your driver type difficulty on unbeatable. Here we go then, 10 pass skills in our Super GT. Driver side's going to head to the left, we need to head to the right. Keep the foot down, keep the speed up, and you can see the pass skills in at the top of the screen. Bang on the brakes, come to a stop, let those bank, hit the pause menu, and hit restart. This makes it a lot quicker to get your pass skills. Repeat the race exactly as you did the first time. Head to the right as the driver tires head to the left. We're going to gather up those pass skills. Heading down the right hand side on the brakes. Pass skills bank. Once again into the pause menu. Hit restart. Here we go. Third and final time for this race, getting our 10 pass skills. Again, driver tires on the left. We go on the right. Gather up those pass skills. Parade lap completed. With Chapter 2, parade lap completed, earning 10 pass skills in a race, it's on to Chapter 3, skid pan. Super GTs have a tendency to get sideways when driven aggressively. Use this to your advantage and bank a total of 9 stars from drift zones. For this chapter, head on into your map and then filter by drift zones, making it a little bit easier to see and find. Now, you can use any drift zone that takes your fancy, but I'm heading on over to the Horizon Festival site. We're going to take on the Horizon Doughnut, which is a 4,000 1-star target. Now with this chapter, you don't have to get 3-star runs, it is just 9 stars in total. So if you go ahead and get a 2-star run, just keep hitting it until you grab all 9 stars. But the Horizon Donut has a 30,000 3-star target, so we'll keep hitting it until we hit all 9 stars. Glide it round, cross the line, 40,000 points. That's 3 stars towards our 9-star total, 6 stars to go. While I slide my way through this chapter, I want to give a quick shout out to all the channel members: Justin, Peter, Dragon, Terry, It's Trevdog, Sebastian, Stephen, Strife, Kevin, Zeta, Justin, David, Carlton, Easy, Owen and James. Thank you all so much for going that extra mile to support the channel. Here we go, third and final run, 38,000 points, that's 3 stars, was our 9-star target, and that should be all 9 stars collected for this chapter. Skid pan completed. With chapter 3, Skid Pan completed, earning 9 stars in total from Drift Zones. It's on to our 4th and final chapter this week, It's a Trap. Achieve a blistering speed worth 3 stars at the Princess Street Speed Trap in Edinburgh with your Super GT car. Some upgrades and tuning will help. The Princess Street Speed Trap is located in the centre of Edinburgh on the main high street. In Super GTs and a 230 mph 3-star target, this is one of the more trickier FORZA challenges we will be given. My run-up for this will be coming in from the west and we'll be starting at the main roundabout just here. Now this week I am going to run all 4 cars to show you guys the line that you need to take for this camera. We'll jump in the 509 GTO first, then the Mercedes-benz AMG GT R, then the pre-order car, and then the 812 Superfast. Let's jump in the 509 GTO. Let's get this chapter complete. Up first then, the 509 GTO, not to be confused with the 509 Evo. This is the one from the auto show. Nice big run up. Get as much speed as we can heading towards that camera. Remember, rewind is your friend. If you do mess up or you lose some speed somewhere, you can quickly rewind. You can knock down these pylons, like so. Hit rewind. And then they're not going to be in your way. We'll go from here. And then we've got a little bit more room to turn in and get some speed. That's pretty good. 210 coming out of that corner. Heading towards the camera. 232.32 miles an hour. And that is chapter 4 completed in the 509 GTO. Proceed at high velocity completed. Now the turn of the standard AMG GT R, taking the exact same line as the Ferrari 509, 232.27. Again, chapter 4 completed. Now for the AMG GT R pre-order car, through the camera, 231.02. Now for the 812 Superfast, definitely the car to be using for this challenge. It's just a shame it's so rare. Like I say, you can unlock it through Star Car, but it will take a little bit of time. Here we go. Get around the tram, 220 onto the straight, up into 5th, and through the camera, 239.88. With chapter 4, It's a Trap completed, earning 3 stars at the Prince's Speed Trap in Edinburgh. That's this week's FORZA challenges. Proceed at a high velocity completed. Now, chapter 4 is a tricky chapter, just be patient with it. Rewind is your friend, like I say. You can knock down those lampposts, rewind, and you get yourself a cleaner run. You can even have a friend run in front of you, knock the lampposts down for you, but please do be patient with that chapter. But with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at this week's FORZA Shop. This week's FORZA Shop isn't the best, but it's not terrible. First card for grabs, the 1992 Alfa Romeo 155 Q4, 600 FORZA points. Second card for grabs, the 1926 Bugatti Type 35C, 350 FORZA points. Clothing items, we got the glam boots and the spring beanie, 75 FORZA points for each of those. And as always, if you've got any spare FORZA points knocking around, you're feeling lucky, grab yourself a normal wheel spin for 40 FORZA points. Or you can nab yourself a super duper wheel spin for 150 FORZA points. So my thoughts on these two cars in the FORZA shop will kick things off with the Bugatti. Now, having this car in the FORZA shop might not look like much, but 350 FORZA points is going to save you a bunch of credits. This is a 10 million credit auto show car. And the Bugatti Type 35C is actually one of the better vintage racers when racing. On to the Alfa Romeo 155 Q4, definitely worth 600 FORZA points, only the second time we've seen it as a reward either in the playlist or the FORZA shop. If you don't quite have the 600 FORZAthon points, check out the auction house. Prices are going to drop in the next few days. Maybe wait till Tuesday or Wednesday, just before the season change. Check out the auction house. I bet you can pick one up for fairly cheap. Let's go ahead and take a look at this week's Horizon Backstage vote. Now, Horizon Backstage is one of Horizon 4's newest features. It's a short drive from the festival site and can be accessed from free roam, or you can hop into your pause menu, slide on over to the cars tab, and enter Horizon Backstage from there. Now, last week's Horizon Backstage vote had the Mercedes-benz 280 SL up against the Mini Countryman. Thankfully, the 280 SL won that vote and is now available for purchase in Horizon Backstage. This week's vote, however, has the Corsa Regalia up against the Vauxhall Corsa 09. Let me know in the comments which one you're voting for. Now, normally when it comes to Horizon Backstage vote, I talk about rarity. This time we're going to talk about usability. Now, between these two cars, I would say the Vauxhall Corsa 09 is the more usable car. Whereas the Corsa Regalia, if you check out Car Mastery, has a second car up for grabs and turns the Corsa Regalia into a monster truck. It really is quite a difficult decision. I think my vote is going to go on the Corsa 09. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and check out this week's Super 7 reward. This week's Horizon Super 7 reward is the Rossian Q1. To obtain this and add it to your garage, just complete all 7 challenge cards within Super 7. But there we go, there's this week's FORZAthon shop, the Horizon Backstage vote, Horizon Super 7 reward, and this week's FORZAthon challenges proceed at a high velocity completed for those all-important 200 FORZAthon points and the much-needed 15% towards the spring season. If you have any questions about this week's FORZAthon challenges, do hit me up in the comments. I'll do my best to help you out. And if you are new around here, definitely consider subscribing. We do this every single week. We'll also be completing the rest of the festival playlist live here on the channel in the next couple of days. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and have an awesome day.